Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hey everybody, Anthony Rodriguez here, walking crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. How's everybody doing today? Did I get a late beep or what? That was more than 5 seconds. Anyways, happy Tuesday and welcome to another edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, walking crow, and I am your host. I hope everybody's having a beautiful and blessed week so far. I know, and I hope that everybody survived Mercury in retrograde. You know, you got to survive Chicken Little if you're going to call it out. Everybody we're well into the blue moon, the new moon, the phase of the new moon energy. And that was on Sunday. And, we're well on our way. Before we get started, I'd like to take a little time to burn a little sage, make a little love, get down tonight. Well, okay, maybe not that second half, but burn a little sage, clear out the energies. Ask Creator Great Spirit that he would make me a clear channel. He would clear out the channel and make me a clear channel of a clear and beautiful message. A clear, beautiful message of matching your vibration of love. Can you, will you, do you? And that the telephones and the phone lines and the internet lines and all the computers and mechanics of this show would be clear. And my producer, Tiffany, White Sage Woman, would be a clear channel. And we would vibrate a good and helpful message to those who are listening. All right. Well, again, welcome everybody. And I'm so happy to have you back. Last week we had my special guest, Amalia Camateros, and we talked about her amazing book, and I was really grateful and happy to have her aboard. I'll be seeing her on May 4th or 5th when I pull into Sedona for my event there. And speaking of events, before we go any farther, I'm going to give you a list of my calendar so you guys know where I'm going to be. So that way I know where I'm going to be, and you know how that goes. So like everybody knows, every Tuesday right here on Blog Talk Radio and Be Live TV and Facebook Live, you can catch the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It never changes. And if you don't catch the show, and if you're late catching the show, you can catch it on YouTube, on my channel, on Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine channel, or you can watch it on the Goldylocks Productions channel on YouTube. And also Blog Talk Radio, you can catch the playback and from the archives. You can catch it if you're driving in your car and you need to be listening instead of watching something. You can listen it through the archives of Blog Talk Radio. Well, all right. Also, sound vibration, magic drum bath journey with Walking Crow. This Thursday is not going to be happening at 8 o'clock. We're going to be doing it on Friday, because Friday I will be hosted by Shakoba Hawk Wing in Pasadena, California. She's going to offer a nice light dinner along with the shamanic journey. It's going to be $25. So come on out and journey with us in person. But also I will be broadcasting live on Facebook TV for that event. It's only right that I do it, because and the only reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to go do ceremony on Thursday up at the Frank Lloyd Wright Estate in Malibu with a beautiful friend of mine, James Badles, who is a Cherokee. He's from the Cherokee Nation, and he's making his way back to the Red Road because it's been a while. And I want to honor him, and he wants to honor me, and we're going to go do ceremony in Sweat Lodge and be with Mother Earth and all my relations. All right. So also May 5th in Sedona, Arizona, this side of consciousness. You can go to Eventbrite and find that. In fact, let me see here. Yep. Let me see. Sorry, I'm going to stall for a second. It's going to be at Sedona Creative Life Center on Saturday, May 5th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's going to be a great event. You're going to, go to Eventbrite and check it out, or go to my my Facebook page, events page, and check that out. Get more information on that. All right. So So that being said, also, what else do I have going on? That's the side of consciousness in Sedona. That's $40, by the way. So, okay, a drum making workshop on May 19th and May 20th. We will be making 12-inch shamanic drums. This is a 14-inch shamanic drum, but we're going to be making 12-inch elk skin drums, and you're going to learn the ceremony that entailed to do that sort of thing. We'll be offering tobacco, offering sage. We're going to be setting the intentions with the cylinders and the frames, setting the intentions with the skins in the afternoon on the 19th, and then we'll be putting the skins to soak overnight. Then we'll come back at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning on the 20th, and we will put those drums together. We will come into prayer. We will come and sing. I will come and drum, and we will be in ceremony of the birthing of those drums. There's only 10 spaces available. It's $200. So sign up quick because those seats are going to go really fast. All right. And that's also going to be in Pasadena, California. And my host for that is Shakoba Hawkwing. She's got a beautiful backyard, and we're going to spend the day with nature back there against the San Gabriel Mountain foothills, I hope. And the last thing I have is I will be on June 3rd, Word and Consciousness with Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow at the Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness. I will be doing a talk on word and consciousness and being in word, palabra, what it is to be in your word and walk in your word, walk in the way of beauty, walk in the way of balance. Can you, will you, do you? It's a free event. You can find that also on Eventbrite, or you can go to my Facebook page, a calendar page, and you can find that as well. And also on the weekend of Father's Day, which is the 16th and the 17th of June, I'm putting together a couple of events strictly for fathers. Now, this event is going to be marketed to the divine feminine in the world, and I'm going to ask the divine feminine to invite their brothers, friends, uncles, dads, grandfathers, nephews, whatever it is, whatever that male looks like to you. I'm going to ask you to invite them once I post those events. It's going to be $20 per person. It's going to be 2 or 3 hours starting at about 7 a.m. or 8 o'clock with sunrise. We're going to come together. We're going to come together in sacred circle, and we're going to be with men in a sacred way and teach men how to come into their voice, come into the power that they may have lost through castration, through emotional castration over the years. And I'm not blaming the divine feminine for anything like that, but this is what happens in our world. We become distressed. We go inside. We stop talking for fear of shame, retribution, hurts, wounds, and all those things. This is an opportunity, men and women, for your men to come into the power of who and what they are and who and what they've always been. Right side, divine masculine, manifestation, moving forward, I hope, giving. Allow that man to come forward and come into a space where he can be with you and maybe learn to start to communicate with you in a beautiful way if he has stopped communicating and he sits in front of the television all day long watching sports and ignoring you or ignoring the kids or whatever that is. Give that to him. Give that to yourself. More information to come. So today, we're not done. Still got business. Impartiality. Reversed. Impartiality. Are you in balance? Are you in balance of what's happening in your life, regardless of what's happening in your life? You know, is your glass half empty or is it half full? Mine is always half full. You know, I always have a glass that's half full. My little water bottle right here. Well, you know what? As long as I can take a sip, it's full. So, impartiality, balance, walking the way of balance and beauty. If you haven't been, it's time with this new moon and the new energies of Aries to come into balance. It's going to be a lot of hard work to do, but if you're willing to do it, you can work through, you can do the shadow work. You can do the light work that it takes to come in and to come into the balance and the way of beauty and be impartial. Where there's darkness, there is light. Where is light, there is darkness. It isn't always what it seems. So balance, balance, impartiality. So let's go forward to the show. If you want to call in and you have questions or you want to get a reading or a healing, you can call in at area code 323-870-3791 and call in and ask a question or, say anything you want. You can tell me how handsome I am or any of that stuff. I don't care. Did I just say that? Anyways, also, last commercial and we're moving on. This is California white sage. And this is a little tag with the walking crow on it. If you would like to set your intentions and clear with some California white mountain sage, you can purchase that from me for $15 and $3.75 for shipping. And you can send that through Venmo to Anthony-Walking-Crow-24. It's $18.75 for total shipping and everything for the sage. And I will ship that out to you. And you can have that in anywhere from 2 to 3 days. And you can start to, the clearing of yourself, clearing of your home, clearing of your yard, clearing of your job, clearing of your boss, get him out of there or whatever that looks like. But you just clear the energy. So you can get that. Send a note when you send the $18.75 through Venmo. And once again, that's Venmo. And you can send that to Anthony-Walking-Crow-24, and you can get your California White Mountain Sage that passes through this hand, this energetic hand. Not that sage needs my energy, because it gets the energy from the 4 elements. But there are places that sell sage that put their sage in toilet paper rolls to get it round and tight. This has the shape of my hand and the energetic and the energy from my body, from my hand as well. I hope. So if you want that, let me know. So, all right. Matching your vibration of love. Can you, will you, do you? And, I sent a message out this morning, and this came to me this morning. A lot of us, we don't know what it means to match our energies, because sometimes we have low or no self-esteem. We are imbalanced. We're not in balance. And sometimes we don't know how to get into balance. There are many who don't. When you're out there trying to date and you're trying to find somebody and you're trying to look for Miss right now or Mr. right now, and who knows, maybe that's all you want. But I think for the most part, there's people in this world who want good and solid relationships, and they can't seem to find it. And if you can't seem to find it, and it doesn't work for you, maybe you might want to start by going into the bathroom or into your bedroom where the nearest mirror is and take a close look at who's standing in the mirror and what is standing in the mirror. Are you in balance? Are you grounded? Are you in your connection to others in second chakra? Aho. Are you connected to yourself, to your fourth chakra, your heart? I'm loved. Are you in esteem? Do you do esteemable acts? Are you an esteemable person? Or is your vibration low or no self-esteem? Aho. Are you in your voice? Or do you have a block in your fifth chakra? Fifth chakra is hands. Fifth chakra is epiglottis, voice box, mouth, teeth. This is fifth chakra. Do you not know how to express yourself, or you've been hurt, wounded, shamed, and you don't want to talk, or you have just given up on yourself and you do not want to say anything anymore? Do not give up on yourself. Come into the truth. Come into your voice. Come into a vibration that's so high, a frequency that's so high and so powerful that they throw themselves at you. Kind of. I wish. No, I don't wish. Actually, and that's really what's happened with me. I always say that dating is a filter. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about dating. And even if you're dating your job, even if you're dating a friend who is, you're trying to decide whether you want to be in a relationship with a friend, or you're dating a divine feminine, or you're dating a divine masculine. What is it you want for yourself? And how do you want to get from point A to point B? And can you get from point A to point B? Have you been able to go inside and get quiet and be still and understand the things that have maybe been broken over a lifetime with you and you don't know how to overcome? Because if you don't know how to overcome, you won't know how to overcome in a relationship when things pop up, boom, 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 like whack-a-bop, with that hammer thing. You won't know how to deal with it, and you want to know how to deal with it and have the proper tools to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Right on. It's right on. So, and I know what I'm talking about, not because I know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about because I have passed through the fires. I have walked over glass. I have walked through on the hot rocks. I have overcome many things that I didn't know I could, that I didn't know I should, that I didn't know I would. Aho, aho, aho. Now, I'm going to ask you if you have questions about this, and if you have a situation that you'd like to talk about, feel free to call in at 323-870-3791 and talk to us about it and let us know what that is like. And I'm going to also ask you, well, just to call in. If you have a question, call in. I went completely blank right there, and I don't know why. I went completely blank, but it doesn't matter. We're moving on, and we're moving into the show. And also, if you want a reading, like I said, let me know. Let me know. Also, I'm going to have a guest on in a few weeks, probably 2 to 3 weeks, maybe sooner. Now, 2 to 3 weeks. It's a beautiful young shaman from Delaware, originally from New Mexico, and her name is her name is Courtney Hale, and she's an amazing shaman. And I seem to just mostly have the divine feminine shamans in my life on the show, but I want you to know that the men, they don't waste for some reason they feel like I'm a waste of time. I don't know. The only male shaman in my life left is Master Seal, and it's been about a year since I've had Master Seal on the show, but I'm going to have him back because he's funny and he's very insightful in the ways, and he's a kahuna. He's a kahuna from the Hawaiian Islands, and he's originally from New Zealand. But that said, I'm talking about Courtney Hale right now, and I'm going to be having her on the show when she says yes over the next few weeks. Anyway, so let's move on. So, how do you match your vibration? Do you know how to raise your vibration? I, for one, go into the canyons. I go to the mountains, and I take my shoes off, and I sit on Mother Earth, Madre Tierra, Pachamama Gaia, Mater, Mother, and I sit on the earth, and I allow her beautiful energy to flow upward into my feet, or upward into my perineum, upward into my coccyx, upward in through my body, into the connection of the second chakra, my water, and water, and you should know that water is a conductor. So whenever you're in the water situation and a thunderstorm comes, get out of the water. You don't want to be in there. So are you connected in your water? And that's how, are you in your fire, in your fuego? Do you connect to the direction of the east, direction of grandfather, son, direction of manifestation, direction of the born and the unborn, direction of springtime? Are you connected to springtime and new beginnings? This is a time of new beginnings. This is a re-spring time because spring sprung last month, but here we are in the intentions of the new moon. And what intentions are you setting for your life? Do you have intentions for your life? And if you don't, why not? Is your life important? Are you important? Are you willing to give yourself something that's valid? Are you willing to feed yourself something that's wholesome, that's nurturing, that'll take care of you in the right here, right now, not in the next week, not in the last week, not in tomorrow morning or later on at dinner, right here, right now, in the present, in the gift, in the presence, in the gift, in the present of your presence. Listen to the words I use. In the gift of the present of your presence. How is it you want to love you? How is it you want to love somebody else? Because I always say, you can't give away what you haven't got. You can't give away what you haven't got. And there's a lot of people who try, and there's a lot of people who try. What is it you want? How is it you want to get there? Do you have a plan? Do you have an open door? Do you have an open door? Do you have a teacher or teachers? Or do you have a friend that you can confide in and say, you know what? These things happened in my life. This hurt my feelings, blah, blah, whatever the situation is, because once you begin to talk about those things and vibrate out what those things are, you're able to come into a healing. You're able to come out of the gu and into the ru. You know, we when we're blocked here in the fifth chakra, we escape and hide out up into the darkness. You know, not that there's anything wrong with the darkness, because for me, the darkness is sacred. Aho. It's where I go with my ancestors to get my healing, or when I'm up on the mountain, or when I'm up in a canyon. You know, are you able to talk to God and say, God, 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 help me? Can you? Or if you're not a believer in God or the Christ consciousness, or, you know, find something to believe in. Even if you believe in if you have a friend who believes, and you can believe that your friend believes, that's a belief system. And it doesn't matter what they believe, because, you know, it's what you're accepting for yourself, what you're willing to give yourself. And what are you willing to give yourself? What are you willing to give myself? I, for one, had a tough path. I had a pretty tough childhood, you know, and there was a lot of things I wasn't shown, and there was a lot of things I wasn't taught. And as I got older, you know, I was blamed for the malcontent that I became. Did you hear what I said? I was blamed for being the malcontent that I became. And they kept telling me that I was a malcontent, that I was a troublemaker, that I didn't know how to behave, and you know, and now what I say to those people who want to seem to remind me and rub my nose in crap is, you know, I wasn't the parent. I'm not responsible. I'm responsible for who and what I am now, but I'm not responsible for that child they raised. They can't blame me for that, because they were the adults. How many of you had the same situation? You know, and if you have had the same situation, let me know. Give me a response. Say, aho, that, me too. Say whatever it is you need to say, but respond to me and let me know that you're breathing, because I hear crickets. And I want to remind you, 323-870-3791 is the call-in number. And I also want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Aho. Oh. So I know that Tiffany was having a little contest last week to see who's listening to what shows or voting for shows. Or I guess I didn't win. It's okay. I'm not a sore loser, but I'm not a loser at all. I'm a winner. I'm always a winner. Because I'm saying that because and listen to me. I've said that because I've learned to win. Every morning I wake up to the rising sun. I wake up a winner. I am not a whiner. I'm not a complainer. I have a purpose in life. And what is my purpose? My purpose is to be as a child and playful as a child, like a porpoise. Like a porpoise jumps into the air out of the water and takes breath and jumps and swims and enjoys himself. I will live with that porpoise. I live with that purpose. And in that purpose, I want to live as a child, childlike. Nobody likes a childish person. Nobody likes complainers. Somebody's always complaining. Well, they like them, but they'll more tolerate them than anything else, you know. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, you know. And if I didn't mention it, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and I choose to vibrate. Oh, there's a fan now. Courtney just received her sage in the mail. I sent her some out last week, and use it in good health, Courtney. I know you will, because I know who you are and what you are. And that's Courtney Hale, the amazing shaman that I was talking about earlier, that we're going to have on in a few weeks. So it's Tuesday, and what are you choosing for yourself today on Tuesday? Yesterday was Moon Day. There are no blue Mondays. There's only blue moons on Monday every great now and again. And that was a few weeks ago as well. So happy Tuesday. And what are you ready to choose? Are you ready to choose a higher vibration for yourself? Are you ready to choose a higher vibration for those around you? Are you ready to offer something to others that as you offer it to yourself? I often say, and I was sharing this with somebody earlier, I am the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. I am rooted and I am fruited. We're going to get to that, Stephanie, about the block fifth chakra. I am rooted and I am fruited. And I am in my foundation. And I am the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. And what are your four winds? Ask yourself what your four winds are. Do you claim stress? Do you claim anxiety? Do you claim a shame, hurt, wound? What is it that you claim? Are you drug addicted? Are you alcohol addicted? Are you food addicted? Any of those things. Do you feel like you haven't been able to overcome? Well, those are the four winds that can knock us down. But I am the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. A whole. I am rooted and I am fruited. And the birds of the air nest in my branches and eat of my fruit. And what is my fruit? And I'm going to share what that is. My fruit is of my experience of how I got from point A to point B. What was my experience? And how did I walk through that fire? How did I walk on that glass? How did I walk through those traumas, hurts, and shames and wounds that seemed like the light was so far away, and the light was so far away from me that now I stand in the light and I am the light. I am Ru. I am the Ru of the Gu. I was the Ru through the Gu. Guru. Do you understand what Guru is? Guru is moving from darkness to light, and I became the light, and I have always been the light. I just couldn't see my light through the darkness because I was in such pain. Do you live in that kind of pain? Are you willing to walk yourself through more pain to come out of it, to become awakened and conscious of what's happening around you, and understand that not everything is your fault and not everything is everybody else's fault? Are you ready to open your eyes, but not these eyes? Are you ready to open your ears, but not these ears? Are you ready to hear and see from a whole different place, from a place that I didn't know that I could see or be? I see and I hear and I speak from the place of my vibration, the place of my heart, the place of my fourth chakra, the place of air, direction of the south, direction of summer, direction of the child, direction of spirit. This is where I listen from. This is where I see from. This is where I speak from. When will you be willing to come into that place of speaking and releasing the energies, the releasing the energies of the low or no self-esteem, of the broken connection to others, of family, of husbands, of children, of deaths in the family, whatever those things were, Oishino. And all of you know how to answer this. Oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? And my proper response is, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I want to vibrate at a higher level, whether it's with the drum, whether it's with Mother Earth, and I'm sitting under a tree in the circular energy pattern of that tree, through the root to the shoot, through the root to the shoot. And our energies become entwined, and we become infinite in our energies, and I become strengthened. And I know that I can stand in my root and my foundation and extend the branches into the heavens. And I know what happens beyond that. I know what happens beyond that. Are you ready? And I will ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready? Oh. I'm a little on fire today. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. And I know that some of you, and I know Sarah's on there somewhere, is here because I saw her. Check in. Sarah, I'm proud of you. I know that you've been doing the hard work over the last several months. And, it's not easy to do that because people judge us. If you're willing to walk through the fire of judgment, because people are going to judge you. I won't judge you because you are none of my business until you make me your business. I don't get into your business. Yep, I got clean hands. I don't like to muddy my hands or muddy my feet in other people's stuff. But when they ask me for help, when they come to me for information, I will say yes, as I always have said yes to the medicine. Whether I'm giving it or receiving it, I say yes. How can I help you? What can I do for you? whole. And I know that Sarah has been doing a hard work, and she's been doing her due diligence. I'm very proud of her, and I know Sarah received sage last week too, and she's been saging her house and doing her thing. I'm proud of you guys when you guys take that medicine and you put it to use and put it to good work. Stephanie Bridgman, I see your question. Okay, so my fifth chakra may be blocked. LOL. What do I do? Well, you know what? LOL is part of the unblocking of the chakra. Writing that sentence to me with your hands through your thought and vibrational process is the beginning of unblocking that fifth chakra. What are you willing to do, Stephanie? Are you willing to walk through the fires of the discomfort and the consciousness of the letting go of your unconsciousness and getting loose, loosening up like you're going to run a race. Get loose. And as a matter of fact, I want everybody to do this with me. I'm going to do something. These are my hands, fifth chakra. So I'm going to ask you to shake your hands. Everybody shake your hands at the camera. Shake your hands with me. This is called chi grading, not cheese grating, but chi grading, prana, energy, chi. And I want you to do this. Let it go and start letting go with the mouth. Make an ugly face and let it go. And stomp your feet. Become grounded through the stomping of the feet. And chi grade with those hands and let that energy go. And look at everybody. And make those faces and let it go. That's the beginning. That's how it starts. That's how it starts, Stephanie. It starts through the expressing of and the understanding of I have a blocked fifth chakra. And that's how we get from point A to point B. Because now you have the experience that you get to share with somebody who doesn't know how to write what you just wrote, who doesn't know how to ask what you just asked, who doesn't know how to be with the information that you're with right now, the information that I'm vibrating out, that I'm channeling out for you and to you and of you, a whole. Wow. That was a lot of energy traveling back and forth. And I want to thank everybody for indulging me, because this is just one of the tools that I use for releasing. And when I do with a workshop and we stand up to open up the chakra system and to warm that up and get that moving. This is one of the things that I do. When we get to the fifth chakra, we let go, and I have everybody do that and face each other and we all face different directions. And do we look silly? Yes. Can it be embarrassing? It could be, but it doesn't have to be if you really want what you really want, if you really want it now, right here, right now. That just went right through me. Whoever that was, that just went through me. My whole body feels so warm doing that. Good. That should be a daily practice, stomping your feet and doing that. You can teach your child to do that. Teach the little one to do that, Sarah, because if he's practicing that while you're practicing that, he'll know that he'll be able to tell mom what he needs to know, tell her as he gets older and he becomes a young adult at 13 and 14 and 12. And, and when kids start to become embarrassed and shamed about things, at those ages, and he'll be able to tell his dad what he needs to say. And he'll know that he has a strong voice and he's loved and he's heard, because he gets to do that with you. Whew, that just came in me with a load of energy that just went right through me. Oh man. That just plowed right through me. Stephanie, you actually feel the throat chakra. There you go, Stephanie. There you go, girl. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. You open up those chakras, and you open up those pathways of the energy centers. And all you can do, it's all, hey, you know what? It's up from there, right into the branches. It's up from there. So, boy. Now, all this week, saying that and allowing you to do that, and thank you for indulging me, like I said one more time, I'm glad that I'm glad to hear about how you feel, and I'm going to ask everybody something. Share this show. Invite people to listen to this show, because there are people out there, and I know that you know who they are, that need help, and they don't have money for therapists. They don't have money for therapy or psychology. They don't have insurance. They don't have a lot of things, or they're embarrassed to go to the A's, the 12 step programs, whatever A's they are. It could be AA, CA, NA, MA, FNA. I don't care. And if they can find help and a source for help and direction, if it's only a video, or if it's only my voice vibrating out through the radio, through Be Live TV and Blog Talk Radio, and later YouTube and Spreaker and iHeartRadio and iTunes, why not? Why not? There is so much help out here that we can offer, that I can offer. What can I do? This is what I ask. What can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I be of service? Because there was people who helped me when I didn't know how to help myself. And I get emotional when I talk like that, because I was lost for a lifetime, and I am no longer lost. Aho, I have come into my place of being an elder with wisdom and knowledge and the experience of making mistakes and choosing incorrectly, and walking in the darkness for a lifetime, and then being able to consciously make a decision for myself and move into the light and do things in a different way. And I'm not going to tell you in a better way, because I don't know if there's better and I don't know if there's worse. What I'm going to say is, I know there is different. I know there is different. How many of you would like to get help and move forward in your healing by not having to sweep something under the rug? Oh, I already dealt with that. Oh, I already did that. Did you really? Can you? Will you? Do you? Did you? Because we normally don't, because we bring it up later when somebody does something to us, or the person that wounded us way back when says something to us, and we bring it up and throw it in their face. So what I'm going to ask you is, learn to embrace those things. Learn to surrender to the traumas, the hurts, the wounds, the shames that happened in your life. The things that people said, the things that people did, when they impeded on your soul as a child. Forgive them and let go and surrender to it, because it's not happening anymore. It hasn't happened for a lifetime. It hasn't happened for a week. It hasn't happened for a day. It hasn't happened for a year. It hasn't happened for a generation. And you're able to let go by the embracing of those things and become empowered by the embracing of it. In Alcoholics Anonymous, we surrender to alcohol. We surrender to our alcoholism. And by surrendering, I become empowered. I come into a way of balance and the way of beauty, where I become empowered over those things that used to dog me, that used to really hurt me. And now I am empowered, and I stand tall, and I stand in my power of who and what I have always been. 7 generations back, 7 generations forward, and 7 generations right here, right now. And in the 7 layers of the 7, what I call the 7 sensitivities of the energy bodies in this body. Aho, aho, aho. Can I get an LOL, as Stephanie's asking? That actually I'm glad that made a difference in your body. And it shouldn't just make a difference in your body. That should make a difference in your mind, to relax your mind, to relax your brow, unfurl your brow. By laughing and being able to say things and do things, you're able to come out of the stinking thinking and the darkness of the mind. And this isn't even the mind. This is the brain. The mind is out here with the soul. The mind is out here with the energy body, out in the layers of the energy body. And if you reach around, I can feel mine, or maybe I'm even feeling yours. I can feel mine. I can feel my energy body and the layers around me. And I'm surrounded by my mind. I'm surrounded by my soul. And the soul, by the way, soul seat is right here. This is the soul seat. Right here. Bang. This is your soul seat. And I'm going to tell you something about the soul seat. I went to quite a few years ago, I went to hear a Swami speak here in Los Angeles, and he was talking about soulmates. And I've told this story before on this show. And I thought, oh, soulmates. And, and I thought, well, I'm going to go listen to that because I want to learn about what a soulmate actually is and what a soulmate isn't. Because up until now, I guess we have many soulmates. I don't know. Some of us have more than others, or some of you have more than others. I don't know. But anyways, soulmate. And as he spoke, there was a room full of women, by the way, and I was probably one of 3 guys there, which, if you're going to find your soulmate someplace, find your soulmate in a sea of women, I guess. But anyways, I'm just being silly. Don't take that seriously. I was there and I listened to Swami say, this is the soul seat, and my soul sits out here. And my soul is so small that I can neither draw it with a pen or a pencil. He said, and soul's purpose is to do one thing. And I was like, all right, all right, here comes the rub. I'm going to learn the secret of the soul and soulmates. He said, soul only loves God. Did you hear what I said? He said, soul only loves God. And I'm going to tell you something. I was raised in Catholicism, and at that time I was a practicing Christian, or whatever you want to call it, And I no longer practice those ways, but I follow the Christ consciousness because I believe in the Christ consciousness, but I don't believe in a lot of the other stuff that's attached to it. And what I understood when Swami said that, when he said, soul only loves God, what I understood is that, and this is the big rub, I understood exactly what he meant, exactly what he was trying to teach me. And I didn't have to look any further for love other than coming inside and going into myself and looking inward to the light of my soul, the light that I am, the light that I have always been. The light that I have always been. And my life was transformed because of that one statement. Soul only loves God. And this teaching, what I teach now and what I've been talking about for the last, I don't know how many years, I talk about it on a daily basis, and I have no other way to be and no other thing to teach or say. I get kicked out. I got kicked out offline. Oh, I had too much energy. That's right. That'll happen. Your energy field will mess with your electronics, by the way, for those of you who don't know that. I was sitting in a restaurant with another shaman. Well, I wasn't in my shamanism at the time. I guess I was an apprentice shaman or whatever you want to call it. And we were sitting there and she said, does your energy field ever mess with your electronics? I said, no. And as I said that, my phone rebooted itself. Who am I to deny what I don't know is going to happen already? I should have just said, I don't know, not no, just I don't know, because I didn't know. And that's exactly what I was shown. That was exactly what I was shown. So, soul only loves God. And boy, what a lesson for me to learn. And like I said, I was able to go inside, and I have been changing my vibration. And yes, the call-in number is 323-870-3791. Miss Madam Producer, can you post that for us for the people so they can see that? 323-870-3791. All right. So, going inside and being the light. I never thought that I would be considered the light by anybody, especially myself, because I was such a wounded kid. I was flunked in the second grade for being I guess I was a problem to the class and the teacher. I was always drumming. I was drumming as long as I can remember. And I was always funny. In the first grade, I remember getting hit in front of all the kids in the class because I made a joke on All Saints Day that I thought was funny, and the kids thought were funny. Apparently, Sister Esther didn't think it was very funny, so she gave me the ruler, and because she was the ruler, she was the ruler of that realm in the first grade class at Mary Immaculate School in Pacoima, and from that point forward, it was a tough life because I knew I didn't belong there. I knew I wasn't of that place, and I didn't want to be. I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to be there, And they knew it. I think I knew that. I think they knew that I didn't want to be there, So, oh man. So, too fast, LOL, crow flying. Oh, 323-870-3791. You get that? 323-870-3791. There you go. Oh, there it is. It's on the screen. I have a lot of things going on my screen, by the way, so I don't get to see everything that I'm probably supposed to see, and I flip between screens because there's some communication that's going on with me on the back side of things, So, anyways, how can you come into yourself? How come you come into your soul in the light of your soul after a lifetime of trauma? And I'm going to offer my email address, Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. I'm going to offer my web address, www.sacreddrummedicine.com, www.sacreddrummedicine.com. And I'm going to ask any of you who send me an email, because there's a lot of people who send me emails and I respond back to them, and they don't respond back to the response from their response. so that means they're non-responsive, something like that. Anyways, use that information that you're giving, and use all the information that you're giving. Use all the information that you're giving. And I want to take a moment to talk about something really quick, and it's along the same lines of what I'm talking about with regard to, matching your vibration. How do you want to match your vibration? Do you want to match your vibration? And do you have tools to teach you to do that? I can give you practical tools to do that when you check in with me. And one of the tools that I use is the one that I used this morning when I went online and did the mantra, my morning mantra of, taking your divine feminine left hand and placing it over your heart, taking your divine masculine hand of giving and moving forward, and placing it over the divine feminine, and allowing the divine feminine to receive the vibration of what she's passing to the right hand through my heart space, my vibration that goes up around my arm and up the shoulders and up through my fifth chakra into my right hand and placed over my left hand. And I ask you to repeat after me. The peace in me is the peace in me. The peace in me is the peace in me. The peace in me is the peace in you and me. This is the peace. And also, this is the peace. And as you practice and recite that mantra, this peace gets bigger and bigger. This peace gets deeper and deeper and bigger and bigger. But don't just recite that mantra in the morning or at night when you're at home. When you're in the world, and if you're just having a tough time, go into the bathroom, go into a quiet place and close your eyes and take your left hand over your heart, right hand over left, and repeat that to yourself. You do not have to be a victim of what's going on out there. You do not have to be a victim of what's going on out there. You have a practical tool now to go into your closet, and this is the closet. The closet isn't, across the room or where you hang your coat or where you keep your shoes or where you keep your stuff. The closet is within. The closet is between the shoulders. The closet is between the top of your crown chakra and your root chakra. The closet is within your heart space. The closet is within your fire, your fuego. I can, I will, I do. Aho, third chakra. I am. I am. Your closet is in your root chakra. Your root chakra is your foundation. Your root chakra is your place on this earth. Do not let anybody take your place from this earth or on this earth. Stand in your place and say, I am here. I am here, right now. Everybody say it with me. I am rooted and I am fruited and I am right here, right now. In the world, I am in the world, and I stand tall. I am who I am. I am what I am. I am rooted and fruited. I can turn a gray sky blue. I love me my temps. I can turn a gray sky blue. Can you? Can you? Can you turn your gray skies blue? Can you change your attitude to an attitude of gratitude? Because an attitude of gratitude is a daily investment. Gratitude is a daily investment. That is a phrase that I coined because I am grateful for all things, not just for the good things that happen. And I'm not in ingratitude for the bad things, seemingly bad things that happen. I am in gratitude for all things. And the Bible says, be great for all things, give thanks to the Lord. What is your Lord? Is it the universe? Is it a 1,000-year-old tree? Is it Buddha? Is it the Christ consciousness? What is your Lord? Is it divine feminine, goddess energy? What is your Lord? What is your Lord and what works for you? Aho, what are you willing to give yourself? Excuse me a sec, I'm thirsty. Aho. You know, some of us will go through a lifetime of abuse that we received as children, and we don't know how to carry it a lot of times. We don't know how to be with it. We don't know how to let go of it because the wounds are so deep. And I'm going to tell you, those wounds don't have to be deep. You can come into a place of healing. You can come into a place of release. You can come into a place of peace and balance. But I'm just going to ask you. How bad do you want it? How much do you want to feel good? You know? How much do you want to feel good? There's people who come visit me in that store where I work part-time, and they come in looking for a probiotic. And I look at them and I ask them a question after I tell them who and what I am and who and what I do. And I ask them if I can read them. And we have a little conversation because the probiotic isn't what they need. I take them to that place in the aisles of that store. I don't get paid for that. I get paid for selling vitamins, which I don't want to sell because it's processed food. You know, I would rather have somebody go into the produce department and buy whole food and let them process it themselves into smoothies or juices or salads or whatever that looks like. So when you come to me and you say, I need a probiotic, I'm going to ask you, well, what's going on in your life? What's going on with you? You know, we're going to have a conversation. This is the same thing. This is the same thing, Courtney. This is the same thing, Stephanie. This is the same thing, Sarah. And all those who are listening. That we have a big audience today, and I want to thank everybody who's listening out there. Tiffany and Louise and Sarah and everybody who's out there. You know, it's a beautiful thing when you can step out of yourself, and whether you're driving down the freeway, you're at work, or you're at home, and you're in the carpool with the kids, and you're listening to what I have to say because it's that important to you. It's that important to you. You know, I became the most important thing in my life. And there's people who take me to task on it. They say, oh, well, is your radio show, and this literally happens on a weekly basis, is your radio show more important than everything else? Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. Because this is what I do for myself to be not in my power over you, but in my power of my feet, in my power of my soul, in my power of the four elements and the four directions and the four animals and the four tribes and the four peoples, and the four medicines. This is what I do to stay in balance. And what I have to do is share the word, write it down, go and tell. I'm going to reference the Bible again. The Bible says, go tell it on the mountain, write it down, go and tell. Go tell it on the mountain. The Christ consciousness is here. Oh, the Christ consciousness is king. Whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you. By the way, David means king. And my father's name was David. My brother's name was David. And I have a brother whose name is Caesar, which means king. And I wasn't called Anthony for some reasons. I was just some Roman guard, in another life that they named Anthony Joseph. I was just some guy in a chariot, holding the horse, waiting for my master to show up or something. Who knows? But and that's the name of a humble servant. I'm a servant, and I'm humble. I'm humble and glad to be of service to those who listen to the show, who are willing to say yes to themselves. And are you ready to say yes to yourself? Are you ready to say yes to yourself on Tuesday and choose a yes for yourself after a lifetime of choosing no's and saying no to yourself and blocking yourself from the energies that you always wanted to have? Kind of like when, as you're a kid and the ice cream man starts coming down the road around the corner, maybe a few blocks away, and you can hear him coming, and the buzz starts to happen, and you start to go, oh my God, the ice cream man, and you know where the money is. And it comes down to a matter of yes or no and asking for it, and sometimes it's a yes and sometimes it's a no, but it's that sound, it's that thing that you've always wanted, that you want when you know it's there and you're ready for it. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it really? Are you ready for a change in your life? Are you ready to give yourself something good? Are you ready? Oishi no, oishi no, oishi no. Everybody knows it on this show that I ask that question constantly because it's an important question, because many times you will not ask yourself. You won't ask yourself, but I'll ask you. I will ask you, because you as a listener, you as a soul, you as a human being, high human, are that important to me because I am important to me. I'm the most important being in my life. As a conscious soul, as a conscious being, I am numero uno. I am number one in my life because I can't give away what I haven't got. Can you? Will you? Do you? Hey. Boy, this hour's gone by quick. I talk a lot, don't I? But I want to thank everybody for coming and listening to what it is that I have to say. We have a lot of new listeners today, and I'm really grateful for all the listeners and all who have showed up. You didn't just show up for me. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to say this. You didn't show up and listen for me. You showed up and listened for yourself. What could I possibly hear today that Anthony is going to say, or what he might say? And I'm on the edge. I'm on the fence about, and I'm not here to judge you, who and what you are, who and what you do. But I am here to support you, and I will support you no matter what decision you make, because honestly, your decision isn't any of my business until you make it my business. I said that earlier. It's not my business till you make it my business. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow. And our call-in number is area code 323-870-3791. And if you need to find me, and you need help and you want to reach out, or you want to set up a long-distance session, or you want to set up some coaching or some mentoring, you can reach me at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. And saying that, now that I'm in PSA mode again, I am going to be scheduling events across the country through the summer. And I'm not just going to be scheduling events. I'm going to be scheduling healing sessions, prepaid healing sessions before I come into your town or around your town, wherever it is that I go. I'm going to be letting people know, and you'll be able to set up a healing session for yourself. I normally charge $140 for a healing session here in Los Angeles, but as I travel, I'm only going to be charging $100 for a healing session. So you'll be able to set something up that's affordable for you, I hope, and because I need to make that available for people, and you deserve to have that opportunity. And I don't know what other people are doing out there in other towns with regard to Reiki healing or energy healing or mentoring or coaching or that sort of thing. Oh, I'm also going to be offering drum sessions for clearing the chakras and balancing the chakras as well. I do that with the drum, with the small hand drum. I do it with a rattle. I do it with a big 27-inch Pow-wow drum. I do it with my voice. I do it with my hands, my energetic hands on your energetic body. I do it long distance through intention as well. I don't have to be in the same room with you to do that. We can do that long distance. So you can set that up by going to Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com and sending me an email, or, using that Venmo address, Anthony-Walking-Crow-24, and sending $100 and setting up that date. Pre-set it up, because once those dates are booked, and I'll be setting up 5 in each town, I'm not going to set up anymore because it's a hard life being a gangster. No, I just want to be able to limit that to people who really, really, really want it, because there's a lot of people who need a lot of things. But just because you need it doesn't mean you'll give it to yourself. Just because you need it doesn't mean you'll do it. Just because you need it doesn't mean you should have it. The want should be greater than the need. That's my personal belief. You don't have to believe that if you don't want to, but that's how I feel. So check in with me to see where and when I'm going to be traveling. You'll see it on my calendar on both Facebook, on my webpage, and on Eventbrite.com. I'll be using those 3 entities for posting those things. I want to thank everybody for coming to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And, you guys gave me great joy today. And I look forward to talking to you next Tuesday in another edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And remember, the peace in me is the peace in me. And the peace in me is the peace in me. Aho shino wana honata. Aho shino wana hey.